appreciate it, but it's still going to be a great class. So let's start seated today. So get yourself nice and comfortable. As usual, either a full cross leg. You can kind of fire log it as well. You can stack your legs if that feels nice. But get yourself into a space where you feel pride in the spine, shoulders are down. I'm going to get the music going. Here we go. Perfect. So, if you're just joining us, we're going to begin seated. On va commencer dans une position assise. Quelque chose pas trop difficile, quelque chose qui est confortable pour toi, mais en même temps, on est active avec le dos, mais on relâche les épaules. So, get active with the spine. Try to send it down and up. So we're pushing down through the sits bones and up through the crown of the head. And those two actions will allow the spine energetically to be sent down and up, creating as much length as possible. If you can even soften your jaw, if you can just relax the teeth. Even if you need to move your jaw around a little bit. Et on commence de noter nos respirations, la qualité, la profondeur. The quality and the depth of your breath here is super important because this will be your guiding force throughout the next 60 minutes. And take a moment to allow your brain to fill up with all of the things that are present. Take a moment to think of what is going to happen after class. Take a moment to think about what has transpired before class. Peut-être qu'est-ce qui s'est passé déjà cette semaine, qu'est-ce qui doit passer dans les prochains jours. Je vous donne un petit moment, un maximum de 2 respirations, maybe 2 full cycles of breath to allow that traffic of thoughts, of responsibility, of to-do lists to have its moment. And then when you exhale fully on your second breath, make a vow to yourself that from this point on, you will do whatever you can to come back to this space. Fait que je vous demande pas de comme complètement nettoyer vos pensées. This isn't a cleaning house of your thoughts. It's very, very natural for us to move from space to space. Mais d'ici jusqu'au fin du cours, je vous demande de te faire un petit promet chaque fois que vous notez que vos pensées sont hors de votre pratique, hors de votre tapis. Every time your thoughts are away from your practice and off your mat, make this commitment to yourself that you are going to come back to this breath, come back to the movements, and recenter. This gives you grace to know that it is okay for the mind to wander and the breath to lose its pace, but making that commitment to yourself that for the rest of this class, every time you notice that you have disappeared slightly from the present moment, that you'll snap yourself right back in. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And open the mouth, exhale. One more time, all together, deep breath in. On inspire par le nez. Et on ouvre la bouche, puis on expire au complet. Si les yeux ont été fermés, on les ouvre. So open up your eyes, flutter them open if they were closed. Move around your space a little bit, shift the body weight from side to side. And circle your arms up to rise on your next breath in. On garde vers le ciel, les mains en prière. On expire, les deux mains devant le cœur. Two more times. Inhale, circle. Exhale, hands to prayer. One final time, biggest circle yet. Reach those fingertips all the way to the sky. Hands meet, les mains en prière et on expire. Cette fois-ci, on cercle les bras, circle your arms up. You're going to place your right hand beside you, bending into your elbow and reaching over with the left. Keeping the heart open, fait qu'on ouvre toujours la poitrine. On ne ferme pas avec l'épaule. We're really not looking to reach to the side so much as we're trying to open up the chest. On pousse les deux fessiers également dans le tapis. Especially on that left side, you want to press the hip down to find as much length as possible within the entire side body. Last breath. Et on change de côté, pressing into your right hand, travel through center, and then just simply come over to the other side. Bending into that left elbow, that's what allows us to drop down without keeping the shoulder and the ear glued to one another. Beaucoup d'espace entre les oreilles et les épaules. On ouvre la poitrine toujours. Et on colle le hanche du côté droit maintenant dans le tapis. Really pressing the right hip, the right sit bone into the earth. Last full cycle. On pousse dans la main gauche, on revient au milieu, come back to center, reach up, hands come together, and exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Opening up the legs, flexion in the feet. We want to advance just a little bit so that we make sure that we're starting to feel that pull behind the knees. Fait qu'on veut sentir un petit tir en arrière de nos genoux et les pieds sont toujours dans une flexion, fait qu'on pousse les talons. Les mains juste devant vous, so your hands right in front of you. Press into your fingertips, get nice and proud with the spine, breathe in. And walk the hands forward slightly, take an exhale. Continuing to push through those heels, take a deep breath in. We have two options here. You can begin to bend into your elbows, keeping the back flat. So I'm going to turn here just to show us. You can keep the back flat and bending into the elbows, bring the chest closer to the mat. Sinon, on peut toujours marcher les mains devant nous. Fait que ça, c'est un peu plus difficile. If you don't have the access here to walk your hands forward, that's where the bending into the elbows becomes a great option. Fait que ça, c'est la première option, celui qui est un peu plus facile. Sinon, on peut toujours marcher les mains. Toujours les épaules hors de nos oreilles, puis on pousse les talons. Keep pressing your heels. Take another 2 full cycles here. Really taking advantage of the fact that we're in a seated position to lengthen the back of the legs. Take the last breath. Walking your hands towards your body first, pressing your chin towards your chest. On pousse dans les deux mains, puis on déroule lentement. Bringing your hands just underneath your knees to guide your legs together. Give them a little squeeze as you're kind of in a boat pose here while you're floating on your sits bones. Just hug your knees in. And then we're going to create a V shape with the body. So kind of like a boat pose. So take a breath in. And then bring your knees back into the body. Exhale. Open up. So into that V. And exhale. So we're trying to keep that balance on our sits bones to activate the abdominals. 3 more. Breathe in. Les genoux vers le corps, puis on expire. Last 2. Maybe try to hover a little bit lower for the last one to challenge yourself. Finding your boat pose, hands come behind the knees, pride in the chest, flexion in the feet. We're either going to stay here, or you can reach your arms out, palms facing the floor, pride in the chest still, and we begin to pump the arms. So you're just pressing the arms up and down, up and down, up and down. Otherwise, if that's too much activity, again, just staying static with this pose. But we're gonna hold here for another 4. Breathe. Maybe getting a little bit smaller but faster with those pulses. Un autre 2. And 1. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and slowly scoop into the body, roll onto the back, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze as you rock side to side. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Maintenant ici, avec les bras sur nos côtés, arms by your sides, extend the legs to the sky, take a deep breath in. Exhale, drop them down halfway, à moitié. Breathe in, come back up. Exhale, lower your legs down to hover. Keep the low back glued to the mat. Let's do that another 3 more times. Bend into the knees. Breathe in, extend the legs to the sky. Expiration, on descend les jambes à moitié. Come up. And then all the way down to hover. Bend and rise, on inspire. Exhale, halfway lower. On inspire, les talons vers le ciel. Expiration, on descend les jambes. Last one. Bend and lift. Exhale, halfway lower. Breathe in, rise. Exhale to hover and hold here for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees into your chest. On nous donne un petit câlin encore et on bascule gauche à droite. We're going to create enough momentum here with the legs long now, hands behind the legs, rock and roll the length of the spine. And what we're going to do is create enough momentum to make our way into a tabletop. So rock and roll, and then you're going to cross your legs, place your hands down, and hop yourself back. Take a moment to set up, les mains juste en dessous les épaules, les genoux en dessous les hanches. On garde vers le haut de nos tapis, neck is long, back is long. Gaze is towards the top of your mat, and cat-cow for 3. Drop the belly, open the heart, look up. Expiration, l'ombril vers la colonne vertébrale. Press the pelvis forward, head is heavy. 2 more, breath in. And out. Une dernière fois, last time. Nice and easy, travel through a flat back, en position neutre avec le dos. Et on expire, chien à tête inversée, downward dog, exhale. Pédaler les pieds. On trouve même un petit peu plus de longueur en arrière de nos jambes. Maybe you shift your hips side to side, whatever feels really, really yummy in the body right now. Même pendant qu'on pédale les pieds ou on met les hanches à gauche, à droite, on veut toujours pousser les 10 doigts dans le tapis. Ici, on garde vers nos mains, looking towards your hands, 1 foot at a time, step, 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 step up. Un demi-remonté, on inspire, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, we fold our way down. Un autre fois, one more time, lift. Longueur toujours dans le dos. Expiration, on plonge. Really nice, big root to rise. Breathe in, circle up. Find pride in the length of your body as you stand. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's start our flows. Body is nice and warm. Breathe in, arms up. Ici, on garde les mains en prière et on plonge. Prayer fold, exhale. Demi-remontée. On inspire. Position de table, tabletop pose, exhale. Drop the belly, pick up the heart, cow pose. Skipping Chaturanga here, just curl into the toes, downward dog, exhale. On inspire et on expire. Come high to the toes, bend the knees, step, walk or gently float to your hands, finding your halfway lift, demi-remontée. Et on plonge, expiration. On pousse dans les deux pieds, on inspire, circle up. Hands come to heart center, exhale. Encore, mais ici, on rajoute le Chaturanga. Inhale, arms to rise. Hinge at the hips, exhale to fold. Finding that halfway lift, flat back, breathe in. Ici, notre position de planche, puis on garde ici, plank pose and hold. Drop down to your knees, wrap your elbows to your sides. Exhale and come all the way down. Modified Chaturanga. Baby Cobra brings us up for the inhale. On colle les coudes vers les côtés et on lève la poitrine. Expiration, on descend. Hands underneath your shoulders. Activate your knees as you curl into your toes. Plank pose, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. On inspire par le nez. Et on ouvre la bouche, puis on expire. Traveling up on your inhale, bend into the knees, step or hop, halfway lift. Et on plonge, expiration. On pousse dans les deux pieds, on inspire, circle up to rise. Les mains devant le cœur, expiration. Chair pose, feet are about hips with distance here. Bend into your knees, sweep your arms back and up. Breathe in. Exhale and sink a little bit lower. On pousse dans les deux pieds, on lève juste un petit peu. Come up just a teeny tiny bit, keeping the thighs active, and then exhale, sink back down. 2 more times. Up. Just a bit. Exhale, bring the booty back down. Une dernière fois, juste un petit peu. On garde toujours une activation dans les cuisses et on expire puis on descend. Finding a twist now in our chair. Hands in prayer in front of the heart. Et on twist vers le côté droit. So your left elbow is going to connect to your right leg. And you want to make sure that your knees are even. Fait que je veux pas qu'un genou dépasse l'autre comme ça. On veut les égaler. So really try to even out the hips by dropping the bum on the right side, down. Last breath here. Breathe in, come back to rise, all the way up. Exhale and fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, plank, modify your Chaturanga. On vient sur les genoux, on colle les coudes sur les côtés, puis on descend. Inhale, baby cobra, squeeze the elbows to your midline. Exhale, drop, plank pose, breathe in. Chien à tête inversée, exhale, downward dog. Les deux pieds ensemble, right leg lifts, right leg to right elbow, exhale. 2 more, up. Last time. Genou droit, coude droit. Good, this time lift. On expire, le pied droit entre les deux mains, right foot between the hands. High lunge, breathe in. Exhale, set yourself up. So maybe soften the back knee just a little bit to keep the entire spine really nice and tall. Good, take a breath in. If you feel comfortable, crescent lunge, reach it back, open heart, shoulders are relaxed. Take 1. Find a neutral spine, come back up. Bring your hands to your heart and then twist again to the right side. Fait comme on était tantôt, même côté, same side, except this time we have our legs in a lunge. Good. Take a deep breath in and out. Soften the back knee. Spring yourself into a chair with a twist. Take one breath here. Inhale to rise. Simplement plonge, just fold here. On prend un au complet. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good. Bending into your knees, sweep your arms back and up, chair pose. Exhale, sink down. Fait qu'on va faire la même chose comme tantôt, 3 fois. Breathe in, lift. Exhale, sink. Chaque fois qu'on descend, on essaie de descendre juste un petit peu plus que la première fois. So breathe in, come up. Lower the bum down just a little bit more. Last one, in and out. Les deux mains devant le cœur, même chose maintenant, l'autre côté. Twist over to the left side, even out the knees. Ooh, keep the heart open. Two more. On essaie de décoller le ventre. You're not getting really lazy here. You're pressing into the leg. Good. Come all the way back up on your breath in. Et on plonge. Open your arms. Swan dive over the body. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale into your plank pose. Modify the Chaturanga again. Drop to your knees. Elbows glued to the sides as you come down. On inspire, on décolle la poitrine et on colle les coudes sur les côtés. On descend, expiration. Position de planche, breathe in, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Même chose comme tantôt, l'autre côté, left leg to rise. Genou gauche, coude gauche. Exhale. Two more. Inhale up. Left foot in between the hands, pied gauche entre les mains. Et on inspire, on lève le corps. Expiration, on descend juste un petit peu. When I say to drop, I just mean to sink into the front knee, maybe soften the back leg, keeping it active, but softening it to make sure that the torso is really nice and proud. Now remember, you have the option to stay here, or you can crescent your lunge by reaching back, keeping the same strength and activity in the legs. Good. Breathe in, come back to the center. Hands to your heart, exhale, twist to the left side. Good. Keeping that connection with the hands, that prayer in front of the heart. Twisting into the spine, last breath. Finding your chair, soften the back leg, keep the twist. You might need a second here to find your balance and then sink the bum down lower than the head. On veut toujours que les fessiers sont plus bas que la tête. We don't want the head all the way down here. Connect the hands, breathe in, come all the way to rise. On ouvre les bras et on plonge. Simply fold. Take two. Keep the arms, the head, the neck, everything really, really heavy as you slowly roll yourself up. Une vertèbre à la fois. On déroule. Coming to the top. Rolling your shoulders back a few times. Give it a good 2 or 3. Shake everything out. Les deux mains ensemble maintenant. Your hands are going to come behind you. If it's not accessible, you can always grab a strap. Right? Fait que si c'est trop difficile pour mettre les deux mains ensemble, you can grab a strap. If a strap is not accessible, I would say grab a little towel, whatever feels best for you. Si on a les mains ensemble, on relâche toujours le doigt index. So you want your index fingers to be released and ideally your thumbs to be crossed. squeeze the shoulder blades together, pressing through the feet. I would even encourage you to bend into the knees and then press into the legs without locking the knees. Lift that energy up through the legs, into the belly, into the heart, and squeezing the shoulder blades together while being very, very aware of your belly. You're not just dumping it out and dropping your fingertips down. This is a really gorgeous heart opener. Fait qu'on ouvre le chakra de nos cœurs ici. L'énergie qui trouve une maison ici dans la poitrine, dans le cœur. Tout ce qui est l'amour, tout ce qui est les relations. Your self-love is also contained here. So this might be a little bit intense, and that's very, very natural for heart openers. Take one more. Release your arms by your side. Bring your arms in front and slowly roll yourself down. You could even bend into the knees. Ici, un demi-remonté, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plank pose, and hold. We're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to bend into our left leg and then just bring the left leg over to the right side, tap. Come back to center, même chose de l'autre côté. Plie dans le genou droit maintenant, puis on tape le côté gauche. Good, we're going to do two more each side. Bend, tap. Center, bend, tap. Une autre fois, chaque côté, plie, tap. On revient au milieu. On plie dans le genou, and we tap. Come back to center. Ici, ton choix, soit avec ou sans les genoux. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward dog or baby cobra. Now the spine is really nice and warm. Exhale, hips up high. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. Les deux pieds ensemble. Côté gauche, right side up. Look forward, step the right foot through the hands. On tourne le pied en arrière 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Windmill the arms up and over to find your warrior two. Good. Take a deep breath in. Look forward towards your right fingertips. Sink into that front leg. Exhale. Take three here. Maybe you challenge yourself by widening the stance of your legs, activating the inner thigh for two. And one. Reach those fingertips forward. Exhale, find your extended side angle. On a toujours l'option de mettre le coude sur la cuisse ou sinon le bras à l'intérieur de nos jambes droites. And reaching your left fingertips up towards the sky. Take an inhale and an exhale. Once more. Good. Come back into your warrior two. Straight front leg. Don't lock the knee. Keep it slightly soft as you send your hips back. Reach forward with a little bit of attitude. And here, we're going to keep the hand floating to the inside. It can be resting onto the floor as long as we're not collapsing into the hip. Or you can even grab for your big toe with your peace fingers. Take one more. Good. Keeping that leg straight. Come back into warrior two arms. And then bend into the right knee, dance out your warrior for two. We're gonna windmill our hands back to the floor, so come back through your warrior. Turn the whole torso, hands come down, step back. You have an option for a three-legged chaturanga here. Upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, the right side, right leg up, breathe in. Right knee to left elbow. Fait qu'on trouve un petit twist. 2 more. Last one. Come back up. Exhale and drop it down. On inspire par le nez. On ouvre la bouche puis on expire. Come high to the toes, bend your knees, step walker, float les pieds vers les poignets. On inspire, demi-remontée. Et on plonge, expiration. On pousse dans les 2 pieds, root to rise. Inhale. Hands to heart center. Exhale. Take a nice deep breath in. And out. Let everything go. Shake it out if you need to. Really wave around those limbs. And we're going to come back into our flow. Inhale, arms up. Maybe you find a back bend now that the spine is getting really nice and warm. Hinge at the hips, fold, exhale. Un demi-remontée, on inspire. Position de planche, Chaturanga, your choice, modified or not. Upward dog or baby cobra, breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Exactement la même chose de l'autre côté, les 2 pieds ensemble. Left leg up. Côté gauche. Expiration, le pied entre les 2 mains. Turn 90 degrees. Guerrier 2. So you windmill your arms. And you find your torso smack dab in the middle. Pour plus de difficulté dans la posture, on ouvre la distance de nos pieds, mais toujours un 90 degrés dans le genou en avant. So we were supposed to do this for a total of 3. Let's call it 2 more. We're creating that endurance in between the stamina test with all of the flows while we hold. Last one. Reach forward, breathe in, keeping the knee bent. Exhale, extended side angle. J'ai oublié de dire ça à l'autre côté. You always have the option to bind as well if it's part of your practice. To bring that left arm under the left leg, right arm wraps behind, but again, we're not closing, we're opening. Let's hold it here for 1 more. Travel back through your warrior, fait qu'encore guerrier 2. Longueur dans la jambe en avant, sass it out. So there's sass here. Yes, you send out the hips, you reach forward, and then windmill the arms down. On veut que les bras soient comme un lettre T. One arm fluidly falls right through the chest and into the other. Souplesse dans le genou en avant, last one. Keeping the leg long, find your warrior 2 with the arms first. Then bend into the front knee, breathe in. Exhale and dance it out. On pousse toujours dans le genou en avant. Good. Come back through your warrior 2. The torso turns as you windmill the hands down, turn onto your back toes. Step back, Chaturanga. Up and down. On inspire et on expire. Traveling to the top on your inhale, step or hop forward, breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Breathing into rise. Hands to heart center, exhale. Take a moment, shake it out if you'd like to take a sip of water before our balancing series. This is a great time. So balance is not always fluid. One side will not react exactly the same way as the other. Today, I'm going to do a safe, a safe balancing series, which is one that I love immensely. We're gonna do tree to toppling tree, and then a nice standing split before we make our way down to the floor, okay? So shake everything out, take a moment. We're gonna ground with our right leg first. Fait qu'on laisse le pied droit sur le tapis, pied gauche. On ouvre les hanches, so open that up. You can let your toes rest onto the mat. Foot in between the ankle and the knee, or we forget the knee completely and we bring the foot all the way up. Fait que je vais juste avancer ici. On veut toujours oublier le genou. Imagine that this is not even an option, okay? Because in order to find balance, I want you to press into this leg. And as you can see, this is really not an ideal place for our knee. Fait que c'est pas seulement le pied qui pousse dans la jambe, mais c'est la jambe qui pousse dans le pied aussi. So find the placement. On peut toujours commencer avec les mains sur les hanches ou les mains en prière. Et on veut toujours penser de les deux énergies. Think of both of those energies. Foot into leg, so that's going this way, and then leg into foot, going this way. Fait que ça nous donne l'équilibre, longueur. On descend les épaules, on trouve de la fierté dans le torse. Peut-être on peut changer les bras, les mains. You can grow your branches if you'd like, or you can drop your arms down by your sides. We're going to take 2 more here. Once you've completed your second breath, I'm just going to turn so that y'all can see this properly. We're going to bring our left knee forward, and then exhale, start to kick the leg back. Flexion toujours dans le pied. Notez, pendant que ma poitrine descend, immédiatement, ça lève ma jambe. If you're dropping your chest, your leg should follow suit. We're going to keep it static here today, so no movement in your toppling tree. On essaie de noter toutes les parties de cette posture. On veut coller les 4 points de nos pieds droits. On veut fermer le hanche du côté gauche. Shut that left hip. Create length throughout the entirety of the back. It is okay if you are floating here as long as there's length in the spine. Last one. Let's take an in-breath. Exhale, drop the hands down, kick the left leg up to the sky for your standing split. On prend 2. Et 1. Drop that left foot down beside the right, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Si on veut rester ici, on a toujours l'option de prendre les coudes dans les mains. If you want to bring in a flow here, that's a great time. Otherwise, you can keep your hands to your elbows. If you're flowing, work with your breath. Travel through your vinyasa. If you're in ragdoll, maybe sway the body side to side. And we're all going to meet in a mountain pose. So if you have your elbows in your hands, release your arms. On déroule. If you decided to find a vinyasa there, meet us in standing. Palms facing forward, arms by your side, take 2. If you need to shake it out, please do so. Quand vous êtes prête, exactement la même chose, l'autre côté. So we're going to turn open the right hip. Find the placement that makes the most sense here. Encore, on peut toujours commencer avec les mains sur les hanches. Foot into leg, leg into foot, bringing that energy, vibrating all the way through your center. Puis l'énergie, ça dépasse jamais nos pieds et ça dépasse jamais notre couronne. We're never sending energy up and out. We want to contain the energy. So once it reaches the top, imagine it's circling over your crown and coming back down, wrapping around your heel, coming back up. On peut toujours penser de ça pendant qu'on respire, pendant qu'on change les bras peut-être, les mains devant le cœur, les bras à côté. You can even grow your branches. Take one more. Ça doit commencer de brûler un petit peu. Quand vous êtes prête, on guide lentement le genou droit vers le devant. Drop the leg down to hover over the floor and start to sweep it back. Take your time through these layers, through these degrees. Encore, toujours, la poitrine descend, puis ça lève le jambe. Try to find that point of focus, something that doesn't move. Last breath. Inhale. And exhale. Drop the hands down. Kick that right leg up. Standing split. Last one. Drop the leg down, inhale, demi-remontée, on inspire, on plonge et on expire. On pousse dans les deux pieds, on inspire, circle the arms up to rise. Hands to heart center, exhale. Half sun salutation, inhale, arms up. On ouvre les bras et on plonge, expiration. Fait qu'une demi-salutation du soleil. On inspire, une demi-remontée, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Breathe in to rise. Hands to your heart, exhale. Good, shake everything out. We're going to step lengthwise now onto the mat. Fait qu'on trouve la longueur de nos tapis. Oui, exactement. Beautiful. We're going to turn our feet out just a little bit. Fait que je ne veux pas que les orteils soient directement devant, juste une petite ouverture. Les mains sur les cuisses et on descend. This is a really nice time to just shift the body weight a little bit from side to side. You can even get a little bit deeper if you'd like. Coming onto the heel. There's no right or wrong. I'm allowing you to have this really nice fun time with movement, maybe a little bit of balance, seeing where your hips are at, how low we can bring this squat. Good. Come back to center when you're ready. Take a breath in. Drop your right shoulder down. Press your right knee away from your body. Breathe in, come back. Même chose l'autre côté, on descend l'épaule gauche. On revient au milieu. Encore, côté droit, right side drop. Back to center, one more time, left side drop, and then we're gonna find goddess pose. So you come back to center. First, just lengthen your legs, give yourself a moment of reprieve. Don't lock the knees. Exhale, come back down. Well, we have two options for the arms. Either long arms, palms by the sky, fait qu'on tourne les paumes vers le ciel, ou sinon, we have these goalpost arms. We're doing endurance today, so I want us to just hold it here. No movement, no up and down, no inching side to side. Just stay, two more. Hands to your hips, lengthen the legs, turn your toes to face forward, et on plonge, fold forward. Release your hips if you'd like, grabbing for your ankles or the floor. Your hands can also come to blocks if they are accessible, which mine are not. Last breath before our last Vinyasa. Génial. Un demi-remonté ici, halfway lift. Bend into your knees and slowly walk your feet together, hips width distance. Un plonge profond dans les genoux. Deeply bend into your knees. Round into the spine, bring your chin to your chest, and then roll up. Find length at the top, roll your shoulders back. Our last flow. Give it all you've got. Empty out your tank here, because once we get to the floor, we are stretching, y'all. Breathe in, arms up. Either prayer fold or swan dive over the legs. Exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Plank to Chaturanga, tout en respiration. On inspire et on expire. Pigeon pose. We haven't done this in a while. Big toes to touch, right leg to rise, breathe in. Bring your right knee to your right wrist onto the floor. Fait que le genou droit puis le poignet droit et on marche la jambe en arrière. Walk, walk, walk that leg back. Make sure the toes are pointing perfectly behind you. Even out the hips so that they're square to the front of the mat. Je vous invite de rester soit ici ou pendant qu'on respire, on descend un petit peu. Peut-être on commence ici sur les bras. Maybe you make your way all the way down. No matter where it is that you are, please, please, please release the shoulders far away from the ears. And think about sending your left hip forward and your right hip back. That will really bring in some activation right at the center of your bum on the right side. We're going to take two more here. Un autre, deux fois. On respire. If you've melted all the way down, slowly peel yourself up and away. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. On décolle la jambe en arrière. Lift that up. Finding your three-legged dog. Come all the way up. And then exhale, drop it down. Je vous invite de prendre un petit moment ici avant de changer de côté, de noter la différence. How does your left and right side feel in comparison to one another? Quand vous êtes prête, l'autre côté, left leg up. Bend and travel forward, drop down. Walk, walk, walk. Toujours en premier, on trouve de la longueur. I don't mind if you know you like to come down right away, but first, you will know if any changes need to be made in the foundation of your pose by coming here first, and then melt down to the place that feels best for you. Just remember that at the end of the day, this is a journey. A yoga practice is one that is meant to take time between the steps. Et c'est pour ça que pour moi, comme professeur, c'est toujours important de noter la base de nos positions, de nos postures. Notice your foundation first before throwing yourself into something extra challenging or extra deep. C'est sûr et certain que si on commence notre pratique de yoga, c'est notre premier jour, you're not going to come into a handstand on your first day of practicing yoga. You have to create that foundation, and it's important to give a lot of thanks and weight and importance on the foundation. That can really translate in every area of your life, not just into your yoga practice. Last breath here. Slowly peel yourself up and away from the floor, traveling through your three-legged dog. Lift everything up and drop it down. Do your sides feel the same? Does one feel a little bit more open than the other? When you're ready, drop down onto your knees. I invite you to take a sip of water before you make your way onto your back, because we're not getting up until the end. Come down, bringing your knees into your chest. Give yourself a really nice squeeze. And I'm going to give you the next 8 breaths to travel through your own personal practice. If you want to come up and off the mat to find a headstand, if you want to stay here and just give yourself a hug for 8 breaths, if you want to explore your happy baby with the elbows to the insides of your knees, grabbing for your ankles or your feet, shoulder stand, supine twist. There is a bevy of options here for you. And I really want you to take this time to honor your body in this moment. Ça, c'est le moment qu'on demande nos corps et nos cœurs. Qu'est-ce qu'on a besoin ici, dans ce moment-là? On va jamais avoir cet moment ici, cet moment précis, le 10 mars, mercredi le 10 mars, à 7h moins 5. I think in this time that we're in the world, all we think about is the future. When we're going to get out of this year-long escapade, let's call it. When is it going to be summer? When will restrictions be lifted? But what we always forget is that we will never have this precise and this exact moment ever again. So what do you need? What does your heart need? What does your body need? What does your mind need? Whatever pose you have chosen, let yourself take 1 to 2 more breaths before coming out of it slowly. Meeting here in a hug with your knees into your chest, peeling the upper part of your back up and away from the floor, bringing your forehead towards your knees. It doesn't have to touch, it doesn't even have to be close, but as long as your shoulders are up and away from the mat. On inspire très profondément par le nez, deep breath in through the nose. Savasana, exhale. Take up space. Take up space on your mat. Take up space in the room that you're in. Take up space in your body. And remember what was said at the beginning of class. If your mind wanders, you've made a commitment and a promise to yourself to use your breath to bring yourself right back here. Can things be better right now? Yes. Can things be worse right now? Yes. And I ask